Hi, Dr. Gan. My question pertains to the vaccines, actually. My understanding is that Singapore has approved the Pfizer vaccine, which is an mRNA vaccine. And I think in the pipelines, they are also planning to approve the Moderna vaccine as well. My question is in relation to this whole mRNA technology. I wanted to find out whether is there any chance that if in the event that we take the vaccine, right, the mRNA vaccine, will it cause our DNA to be altered in any way? I mean, from a layman's perspective, I read that upon taking the jab, right, our body will be producing the spike protein that is found on the COVID-19 cell. And then after that, because our body recognizes that it as some foreign object of sorts, then it induces the body to produce the antibodies. So that's my understanding of how the vaccine works, this mRNA vaccine works. So my question is actually twofold. Number one, whether in the event that mutations of COVID-19 occur, will the vaccines be effective, or will version 2.0s, 3.0s of vaccines have to be developed and re-injected again? And number two, whether, as I mentioned, will it alter our DNA in any way?
There's a lot that we do not know because we didn't have long-term studies yet. But in canon understanding of molecular biology at this point, RNA will not alter your DNA, right? So you can have that vaccine, you can inject RNA, but it's not going to change your DNA. That's by as far as everything that we know in biology at this point. So the first question is probably easier to answer. Whether the mutations will still work, whether the antibodies formed will still work against the mutations, it depends on a lot of features. Where the mutations are, is it on the spike protein or not? And if it is in the spike protein, whether the antibodies that you generate, so everyone, you may be vaccinated, but the antibodies are not going to be exactly the same between you, me, and another person. We will raise antibodies against the same spike protein, but our antibodies are actually it can be different in its lack of better word, sequence, you know, in its lack of its, how its AGCTs and protein sequence are formed. And so there will be always some coverage over some mutations, and it depends on how drastic the mutations are. So like I said, there's no blanket answer. It also has a variability. Just to go back a little bit on the period of SARS, there's found that certain people has a stronger genetic disposition to the original 2003 SARS because of the way your immune cells are structured. We are all very different from one another to a certain extent that the virus can differentiate. So there's no one simple answer. So it may cover to a certain extent, and it also depends on how much the change in the mutation is of the virus that will be. Yeah.
Understand, but reading from the reports, I'm also aware that the efficacy percentage, right, for Pfizer and Moderna is in the range of above 90%. In your point of view, is that considered to be something, I suppose, viable? I mean, I assume the answer is yes, but as you said, I mean, in terms of like predicting against the eventuality of mutations, which seem to be very likely at this point in time, would it be then correct to then suggest that vaccines may potentially be rendered useless as well? I mean, of course, we cannot confirm that to be the case, but could this be a possibility?
It is always a possibility, and it's different for different viruses and different vaccines. So, like I said, again, there is no blanket answer to your question because there's still a lot that is not known. And you know what mutations the virus will take and so on and so forth. So those are not fully understood at this point, because you know we don't have the benefit of hindsight at this point, right? So I can't really answer that question because it's really depending on how things go. But anything that is at a 90%, and if the virus doesn't change, well, yes, in that sense, it should be good enough, right?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Can I inject a thought into the discussion that's going on very quickly? Two things I want to mention. One can be in the form of question. Samuel, think about this. In the past, you yourself referred to pestilences that happened in the Bible, but we also know there were other pestilences around the world, right?
Yep.
And they all died off in one way or the other, not because of the vaccines that are being created. So is there a chance that COVID can go away without vaccines?
Yes, maybe.
I mean,
Can.
the world has seen how many pestilences already. This is nothing new. Is it just another one? That's all. Wouldn't it just go away? Anyway, I'm not speaking against vaccines. I'm just saying theologically, all right. Pestilences will come and go. Let's say if Jesus will come only 100 years later, there'll be more pestilences to come. Even if Jesus were to come 10 years from now, there may be another one. And this may just go away. This is something I want to just speak for the comfort of everyone. God knows, God sees what's happening. Now, with regard to the other concern, whether it will affect our DNA and then we become some, altered persons and the humanity will be changed, I think that there is no biblical value to that thinking. Let me say why. Man will be man until Jesus comes again and consummation of all things happen. Nobody is going to change human race to either to a superhuman race or a subhuman race. It's not going to happen. So let's don't become too bothered by this. Do you agree, Brother Samuel, that man will remain man to the end?
Oh yeah, definitely. So there won't be a zombie outbreak or there won't be an alien invasion.
This crazy idea that vaccine is going to change man into something else is just nonsense. I don't think it's truth. However, I'm not arguing for vaccines either. I have no idea what it is.
One question for Pastor Koshy. Pastor, were you there to take the vaccine?
Most certainly I will take, because I want to travel. If I don't take, I won't travel. I mean, if I perish, I will be with the Lord. Not to worry. We shouldn't be overly worried about all this. We have to trust governments because God allowed these governments to exist for the good of man. That's what Romans 13 teaches us. And I think there are a lot of discussions going on. They are not inhuman people. They are not perfect people. They will surely can make mistakes, but sovereignty of God, we believe in it, right? So I will be happy to take the vaccine anytime. And I want to go to India to visit my parents. So if vaccine can help me protect, I will be very happy to take it and go.
Okay.